In December 2022, the World Cup final will be held at Khalifa International Stadium in Qatar. What is supposed to be a joyous occasion will be marred by the knowledge that the supporters are standing in a stadium, in part constructed through the systematic abuse of migrant labourers and in some cases forced labour. Though originally the centre of an investigation which has since crippled FIFA, the 2022 World Cup will go ahead. Despite Sepp Blatter's resignation and subsequent ban, Michael Garcia's censored report and subsequent resignation from the Ethics Committee, and FIFA's continued links to corruption, the competition will take place in winter and in Qatar. Some reports estimate that up to 1,200 migrant workers have died in Qatar since 2010. The Guardian has reported that in 2014, up to 188 Nepalese migrant workers died working on infrastructure to be used during the World Cup. The writers of the 2014 ESPN documentary Trapped in Qatar estimate that by the time the first ball is kicked, over 4,000 migrant workers will have died. Amnesty International recently released a report on the working conditions in which it was alleged that many workers are being forced to live in squalid, cramped conditions, while others have been unpaid for several months and have had their passports confiscated and exit visas refused. One Nepalese worker has recounted being prevented from leaving the country to return home after a huge earthquake. He claimed he wanted to see if his family had survived. He was denied an exit visa. FIFA and their sponsors, when pressed for comment, claim that they are monitoring the situation closely and with concern, yet their actions show little evidence to support that. In their official response to Amnesty International's report, FIFA suggested that it wasn't their job to become involved in the internal political affairs of host countries. Clearly, overturning a government-instituted ban on alcohol in stadiums in Brazil and setting up their own criminal courts in South Africa didn't count. It would seem that the interference is only feasible when there's a profit to be made. Qatar's long list of human rights violations continues. As has been widely reported, homosexuality is a crime, punishable in some cases by death. Domestic violence is not a crime, and freedom of speech is far from guaranteed, as proved in 2012 when a Qatari poet was given a life sentence for inciting to overthrow the ruling system. To allow this competition to proceed unchallenged in Qatar is to support the choices of their government. It's not simply Western morality opposed, it's football's supposed morality. Homophobia isn't a life choice, it's discrimination. Domestic abuse is not a culture, it's a crime. And the mass death of migrant slave workers isn't a coincidence, it's murder.